Alright. I did the Moroccan dragon a couple videos ago, whatever, check it out. Now, let's do the South American dragon. Alright. Discovered this thing, or Google Earth allowed me to see it like a month ago. No, I thought it was just a average run-of-the-mill 1800 kilometer serpent on the coast here, but I've come to realize it's something else. So, alright, there's all its organs. Here's the head. Eye. There's like teeth in there. I'll get into it, I'll show you. Look at those spikes on its back. Yep. So, oh, let me show you the back of it. Sorry. There's the fin. This thing was a swimmer. We'll work our way up. Alright. Entrails. All the organs. Alright. This is reality. All the Mayan and Incan and Aztec temples are all along the outer edge of this. I would imagine this in here is pretty treacherous climbing and terrain, and I don't know. I don't even want to know what's in there. So anyway, I think the head stopped right about here. I was wrong in my first assertion, thinking this was just a random splatted, killed, dead carcass. No, this thing is preserved, pressurized, perfectly placed, unrolled, butterflied, filleted. I don't know how else to put it. This is the hand of God right here. There's no other, or Google's fucking beyond its own processing capability, because there's no way you could render this. So I think the head stopped right about there, and I think these are the, let me see, where am I at? These are the outer flaps of skin that were on the head. And yes, you notice other things within the picture too. That's normal. You know, I see a skull right there, almost like a human-looking skull, and then like some other stuff adjacent to it that kind of connects with it. Well, there's a reason for that too, and I'll get into it in a later video. I just see so much at once here. So this is the underside of the back, right here, or the back of the, let's see, where am I at? The back of the head at this point. Okay. Right? Yes. And all this would have folded over. I believe this is a nostril, possibly other nostril. It would have just, so this would have, oops. So this point would have ended up probably flush right about here. Possibly, oh, no, hold on. Right about there. All this. Yep. This got pulled out of there as it unpeeled. Alright? You see that? It's kind of curled up and retracted, but that's exactly what happened. This is the outer flap. We're looking at the inside of the outer flap of the face of a fucking dragon. I know. Believe me, I know. So here's the top of it, the inside of the top of its head and eye, lid, socket, whatever. That's the inside of the cranium. Well, actually, this is the side of the cheek. My mistake. And this is the underside of the inside of the scalp, I think. Yes, Yes. No? It's a lot to look at once. Yeah, because I think this folds up this way. So connects to the, so this is the side. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't just fold right up. So this is like the side of the brain cavity, and like this stuff is going to contour around. So all that's going to wrap around this and hold the like the underside of the eye. Like it looks like it would fold up rather simply, but it doesn't. This stuff can go any which way. But I assure you, this is the face flaps of a dragon. Look for yourself. Use your imagination. But it's, you know, it's a serpent. You don't even got to use the word dragon because it's basically a snake. So then the rest of it's got splayed out and pressed all the way up to here. Skull. Okay. There's its nervous system. This probably was attached to the spine that was right there. You can see the vertebrae. Spiky shit on top of them. Going into the back, the brute back. This is all the side of the dragon that would have rolled up this way. And this would have fit on this. It's like a tube. You gotta remember, we're looking at a two-dimensional rendering of a three-dimensional anatomical thing that in the process of being petrified, densified, whatever God did here, it maintained its 3D form. And I tell you, man, I've looked through this a lot, and there's some cool shit going on. So I'll zoom into stuff like this, and it's and this is like a, what we got here, residential. This is residential farm. So sometimes I'll zoom into, you can too. I urge you. It'll be a lock and dam. It's really cool. Just randomly throughout here, there's lock and dams. I think there's one right here. Sorry if I keep jumping. No, but there is some cool stuff. Huh? Anybody else showing you this? Look at that. What is that? Yeah. Perfectly splayed out, sprawled out. What are we looking at here? A couple thousand kilometers. 670 kilometers altitude, supposedly, from the high altitude airplanes that take strip photos of Earth. You know, there's a point where it looks like running blood in an angle, and then there's a point where it looks like nominal mountains. Anyway, let's get back to this. So this absolutely proves a flat Earth, and I don't know how else you could cut this, because shorelines are level, fossils are level, even though this thing's way beyond a fossil. It's still flat with terrain that goes up and down, and I assure you, for every up there's an equal down, for every valley there's an equal mountain. Opposite of it 100% of the time, all over Earth. fancy cliffs, huh? Just regular old mountains. Alright. All kinds of veins and arteries. I think this is probably part of a heart with the muscle tissue right there. Heart valves is just a cross section. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, that's it. That's a cross section of the heart. Absolutely. The anatomy doesn't lie. You know, you don't see it. You don't see it. But this is a splayed out dragon. And that, my friends, are dragon guts. You're having a fucking dragon anatomy lesson. Red and blue. Veins and arteries. Return and oxidized. Yes. Then you get in close, and it's, you know, if you were actually there with the drone, this is maybe what you would see. No, not even close. You'd see something like 2 kilometers up, yeah, something like this. This is what you would see. Alright? So this is why nobody knows about this. Google Earth had to be. Then you start scrolling out, and you notice that this shit is feathers, this shit is scales, this is all fractal design, this is all splayed out. Fibonacci sequence. Just like, yep, that's the yep, I invented the Fibonacci sequence, and it goes like this. Alright. Quit whipping around. Alright, what else? Oh yeah, and I'll say what I got to say in the next video, because it's like the ultimate point, and this is just kind of introductory to it. But yeah, oh, there's a lot more going on here. Believe that. I'll get into it in another one. These continents play out like graphic novels.